I know what you're thinking. I know the question that's rolling around in your head. Is she wearing an adorable sweater with a fox in glasses on the front of it? Yes. Yes, she is. I had to call attention to it, otherwise you'd just see these two little ears and wonder what the hell I had on my shirt. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Cringe Poetry. As always, it's me. Taking a 1 week break in between videos is proving to give me a little bit more energy, which I apologize profusely for. I came to a strange realization today. I went to visit my cousin at her home, and I walked into her house, and she was viewing / showing a friend of hers one of my cringe poetry videos. Two things could occur in a person's brain. One, oh my gosh, that's so great. She's showing other people these videos. Other people will watch them. Maybe I could become famous. Or two, which is what my brain did, oh my god, I can't believe I am present while someone is watching one of these videos. That's right. As it turns out, the terrible poetry isn't bad enough. The very fact that people are watching these videos apparently is in and of itself super cringeworthy. So that's an unexpected thing that I wasn't expecting, hence the word unexpected. So thank you so much to my cousin who showed me just how many layers cringe poetry has to it. But I digress. Let's get back to the actual point of these videos, which is reading terrible poetry. This week's cringe poem is called Tears. I feel tears behind my eyes, begging to be let loose, begging to come through and sweep my cheek gently. But the salt of the tears stings my eyes and makes me want to cry out and let someone, anyone know that all I want is someone to hold me, even if only for 5 minutes. But I can't see anything through the tears. I feel like I need to rebrand this whole channel because I'm starting to realize that a lot of the poems that I'm reading weren't actually written when I was a teenager, but actually more in my early 20s. I can barely blame the weird hormonal things that teenagers go through. I mean, granted, when you're almost 20, you still have no idea who you are, you still have no idea what you're doing in your life, so it still makes sense that you would write terrible poetry every now and then. Strike that. It was daily. So let's chat about this poem a little bit. I feel tears behind my eyes, begging to be let loose, and it makes me want to cry out, but I can't see anything through the tears. What does crying out for help have anything to do with being able to see through your own tears? Nothing. All I want is someone to hold me, even if only for 5 minutes. Well, you had a boyfriend. Where the hell was he? I mean, I'm almost at a loss for what to say for this poem. Maybe it wasn't actually all that entertaining to read. It was entertaining to read, but I'm not sure there's actually a lot that I can say about it. I'm just baffled by my own ridiculousness, apparently. Begging to be let loose, begging to come through and sweep my cheek gently. Yeah, kind of like that. I just want someone to hold me. Hey, look at my sweater. Doesn't distract from the terrible poem. So, I mean, I guess that's it. Really and truthfully, I'm looking at this poem. This poem was written on August 17th, 2002. It is one of 6 poems that I wrote on this day. I wrote 6 poems in one day. And spoiler alert, they're all terrible. You know what? Actually, let's read a second one. Let's read a second poem from August 17th, 2002. Let's just really get a picture of where my head was at on August 17th, 2002. Here's one called Rivers. In my daydreams, I see a tepid river, winding blindly through nothingness, the only anything in a nothingness place. I can see the water as I float above it, dark and heavy, bottomless and wild. Even the ripples of the waters don't cause me to smile. I float with this tepid water in this winding river, tossed about in my boat with a black paddle, hoping I can stay afloat, praying the sharp rocks along the edge don't find me. I think I was having a rough day on August 17th, 2002. This one actually reminds me a little bit of one that I read a couple weeks ago called Silver Waters. It was really recycling content, I guess. The first time you hear that I'm even in a boat is like 3/4 of the way through the poem. I can see the waters as I float above it. So at first it sounds like I'm just kind of weirdly hovering above the water, but then later, about 6 lines away from the end of the poem, I let the reader in on the fact that I'm actually in a boat. Used the word tepid a few times, a couple nothingnesses. This is my favorite line. Winding blindly through nothingness, the only anything in a nothingness place. We were having a rough time on August 17th, 2002. So a little bonus cringe poem for you. You're welcome. Let's look at a better poet. This poem is by one of my favorite poets, Langston Hughes. It is called Island. Wave of sorrow, do not drown me now. I see the island, still ahead somehow. I see the island, and its sands are fair. Wave of sorrow, take me there. The first thing we can take from this is sometimes less is more, which is a lesson that I did not learn. Even now, I still struggle with that, I'll be completely honest. There's something so beautiful about the fact that he recognizes that he is in this wave of sadness and sorrow, but he also recognizes the island and that it's coming and it's there and the sands look beautiful. There's this beautiful dichotomy of the fact that there is this island, which presumably is like his safety, its happiness, its warmth, comfort. But to get to that, he's depending on this wave of sorrow. It's something that is required to take him where he needs to go and to take him into his happiness, his comfort, his safety. Somehow, even though I'm in this wave, I see the island. I can see that the sands are fair. So he's pleading with the wave of sorrow, which is his own. Do not drown me. Take me there. There's a recognition of the fact that this wave of sorrow can either drown him or take him to this island. And in fact, he needs it to get to the island. Do you see, this poem is 8 lines long. And how much did I get out of it? I read you 2 poems from my book that each of them took up an entire page. Just a bunch of BS. And they are a hell of a lot of fun to read and laugh at. But holy cow, do you ever get a lot out of a poem 8 lines long? Oh my god. Langston Hughes is amazing, so if there's anyone out there who's thinking like, I want to start reading poetry, but I just don't know where to start. Start by looking up or picking yourself up a book of Langston Hughes. He's great. So I think that's all I've got for you for today. I subjected you to 2 cringe poems this week, which has never been done before. And I promise I will never do it again, unless you liked that. Until next time, be sure to do all the things, comment, like, subscribe, all those things. And until next time, as always and forever, thank you so much everybody for watching. My fox sweater says goodbye. Bye!